channel and another video, something a little bit different. It's been a good couple of months actually since I uploaded a group ride, probably kind of similar numbers actually, but complete change around in terms of day of the week and the club. So I'm going to start actually this video probably to talk about the club and kind of the guys who are on this ride ultimately, and then a bit of an update really in terms of TT season and a couple of other bits. So I think this is the third, possibly the fourth time actually that I've been out with these guys. So the vast majority of the people on this ride are from South Peaks Cycling Club, which for anybody sort of around the Midlands area, particularly Derbyshire, you may or may not have come across these guys. Certainly I think over probably the last 12 months or so, certainly when I've been out solo, and also knowing, actually having friends who are members of the club, I've sort of got to know a little more about them. But because I wanted this video to be as professional as it possibly could be and factually accurate, I actually bothered to get in touch with somebody in the know. So I think maybe the chairman, or at least somebody anyway who's sort of part of the committee, without sort of throwing names out there. So the club's actually been going for a lot longer than I thought it had been. So actually 2018, but I think it's definitely over the last sort of 1 to 2 years where membership's gone up, and just recently they have signed up with British Cycling and also CTT, so Cycling Time Trials. So if anybody is in and around the area looking for, small club, no politics, which is actually one of the interesting things about why this club was formed. Essentially a group of people that wanted to just get together and ride the bikes without any of the sort of club politics that come along. And it's definitely something that I've witnessed over the last few years. Fortunately, not with Coalville, at least not, that I've witnessed anyway. Sure, something exists, but sort of back to the point. So that's how the club was formed, 2018. Just a group of guys really that wanted to get together, ride the bikes without any of the nonsense. They're up to sort of somewhere between 20 and 25 members at the minute. Membership, £14 a year, so as a sort of main membership, full membership I should say, forgot the word. And they also offer second claim and junior options as well at obviously about 50% of that. So one to look out for, I think, and the fact that they've now registered with CTT in particular, I dare say that they might just find some local riders who don't really have the opportunity to sort of engage an awful lot with the club, maybe want to get out for 1 or 2 group rides, but ultimately just looking for a club to affiliate with in order to be able to race. I fully expect that their membership's going to continue to increase over the next year or so. I think I already said I've been out with them 3, maybe 4 times. The thing that I like, and if I'm being completely honest, some of it's opportunist and sort of linking it into the type of training or the type of riding that I need to do in that particular day or week. So they're riding regularly on this obviously during spring, summer, so they're riding regularly on a Saturday, which I guess probably continues right the way through the winter, barring no snow, ice, etc. And then they're out on a Tuesday evening for sort of a couple of laps of a pretty flat course. For anybody who's seen my videos, it's sort of a variation of a regular local loop that I use and have ridden well over I think 1,100 times now. So they do that on a Tuesday night, couple of laps, and they head out a little bit later on, sort of 7:30ish, no traffic, and generally just uninterrupted, and just try and keep the group together, but try and go for a decent pace for sort of an hour and a quarter, something like that. So that one's a good ride. Actually haven't managed to make it on that. I was out doing some TT bike testing a couple of weeks ago and they were out, but I was never quick enough or slow enough in order to really catch up until probably about the last half mile or so. And then otherwise they ride on a Thursday, and that's exactly what this is. So typically it's I would guess 25 to 35 mile loop. Does seem to vary sort of on a 4, 5, 6 week rotation. Yeah, I suppose a bit like Zwift, it's just whatever world kind of comes up is ultimately what course actually comes up. But being a relatively small club, they are, maximising the tools that are available to them. So everything is posted through Strava. It is invite only. So South Peak CC may come up as SPCC. Yeah, if you send a request to join, and then you'll be able to see the rides. They're actually very good, so there's no immediate pressure to join. I guess I'm probably reaching the point here where I haven't been out with them for like 3 or 4 times now, where I should probably at least put the second claim in, because I've probably exhausted the goodwill. But in all seriousness, there's no immediate pressure to you're not riding with us if you haven't paid, that kind of thing. That's just ideal, really. Especially if you've not been part of a club before, you can go along, kind of get to know the people, see the type of riding that they're doing, are you up to the pace, etc., etc. And just take it from there. So for me, why was I out on this? Well, last year where we had the sort of very intermittent weather and a little bit of roadworks, this year the TT season seems to be being hit with roadworks. So Thursday night, and you know what, it was only a couple of days ago, but I can't actually remember now which race I'd planned to do. But in any case, didn't happen because there was roadworks on it. And I thought, well, do you know what? Actually, I've done a couple of intense sessions already this week, and I'm trying to not just go out and hammer it all the time. So at the minute, the week kind of looks like somewhere between 5 and 7 hours, depending on what the work commitments are like. I'm trying to get a couple of hours of sort of intensity in, which I'm doing on the TT bike, and then otherwise it's sort of time in the saddle and mostly zone 2. I mean, this ride, actually, if you looked at my zones for sort of power and heart rate, they were all over the place, just simply because there was quite long periods where you're cruising along, very much zone 1, zone 2, bordering on 3 at times, kind of depending on the terrain. And then other times where it's far more surgy. But this road, again, I mean, you'll have seen this plenty of times on my video. This is, in my opinion, the perfect road for time trial testing, chain gang, practice, or even if you're incredibly efficient at chain gangs. Yeah, it's a perfect road for it. So that's kind of where we're at, really. I've got a couple of races planned, I think maybe 3 actually now before the end of the season, certainly 10 milers anyway. And at the time of recording, so I did another longer sort of zone 2 ride yesterday. I wanted it to be easy, but at the same time not too easy. So I did something that was really unlike me, and I actually went out with the wind, found some hills, and then had to come back in a headwind along quite open flat roads. So easy day, but not so easy that it was completely boring. So we're just coming up for the 30 mile an hour sprint sign here, which nobody else got the memo, but hey, not to worry. So I'll wrap this one up, thanks to a couple of guys actually who have contacted me recently to say that they like my race commentary videos, and yet they find them interesting, because I thought it was just me that enjoyed looking back at that type of thing. And as I've always maintained, it's far cheaper to upload to YouTube than to buy more storage space on your MacBook. So if you have any comments or questions, especially about the club, then do drop them in the section below. Big thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you would like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.